Good evening. Welcome to the University of Toledo College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences Spring 2021 Scholarship and Award Ceremony. My name is Dr. Varun Vaidya. I'm a professor and I serve as a chair of the Scholarships and Awards Committee at the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. It is my pleasure to begin this evening ceremony by first introducing Dr. Gary Pollock, Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. Pollock?
Well, good evening, everyone, and hopefully I remembered to unmute. It's only been 14 months of training to get to this point. Let me begin my brief set of comments by thanking the folks who made this evening's event possible. There were several members of our staff, most notably Kristen Gartland, Susan Wilson, and Sue Lee, who worked really hard to pull all of this together. And I also want to acknowledge the Scholarship and Awards Committee, so ably chaired by Dr. Vidya, for all of the work that they put in all year round, not just right around this particular event. So everyone, thank you so much for all that you do to make this possible. Now for just a few comments. I think they allowed me about 45 seconds of time in the script for this. So where I typically start out with an event like this is just a reminder that when students pursue an academic degree, it's really a partnership among a whole bunch of people of a whole bunch of types. And the most obvious ones, of course, are the students who are pursuing the degree and the faculty who are guiding them through the curriculum. But there are a lot of others in the mix, and it's really important to take a moment and acknowledge them and thank them as well. And I would start with the members of the college's staff. I mean, they contribute so much, almost silently, to the academic environment in which our students work and study. Their efforts support our students directly and indirectly, and the work that these really important folks do allows the faculty to focus on what they do best. And so I think it's important to periodically thank our staff for everything that they do each and every day to support our mission. And I know that we don't do that enough. Next are donors and friends of the college, and their generosity supports not only our students, but the educational, scholarship, and service elements of the college's mission. Unfortunately, in my view, we tend to think of donors primarily in terms of the dollars that they provide. And my experience has been that the more impactful donations that we receive are donations of time, of intellect, and of emotional support. And don't misunderstand me. I don't want to get crosswise with our development director, Susan Wilson. The cash is important too, and we're very grateful for the financial support that we receive. It's enormously important. But I want to make sure that the other types of support that we receive from these really important folks are not lost in the sauce. Then we have alumni who remain strongly connected to our programs in this college. And our alumni strengthen us enormously. I have often said that the one factor that differentiates good programs from great programs is the quality of the alumni. Great programs have great alumni, and this program has absolutely phenomenal alumni. They serve as role models for our students, but maybe most importantly, they allow our students to see firsthand what success actually looks like. And so it's important to thank and acknowledge them as well. Then there's a whole support network for students. Their family and friends certainly are the first ones that come to mind, but also their colleagues and compatriots in the program. Pursuit of an academic degree is a journey that's best taken with others. And who knows better what a student happens to be going through in a moment than their classmates or their lab partners. And so these folks are extraordinarily important to student success as well. And finally, we are a public institution, and because of that, there are innumerable people who our students don't know, they'll never meet, but they support higher education through their advocacy and through their tax dollars, and it's important to acknowledge them as well. So this evening, we're going to take a few moments to acknowledge and celebrate the successes of our students and our faculty, and to thank those individuals who are in attendance out of all of these categories that I mentioned, whose support is so critically important for the success of our students. So with that, I welcome each and every one of you to the event. I hope you enjoy it, and go Rockets.
Thank you, Dean Pollack. At this time, I would like to introduce the scholarship portion of this program by first acknowledging the great success of our students and how proud we all are of their accomplishments. We are going to get started with remarks from Abigail Ba, winner of the Buford T. Lively Health Disparities Scholarship. Abigail?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Abigail Ba. I'm a Q1 from the students at the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. I would like to thank the scholarship donors and the people who organized this program tonight, and my faculty members and instructors at this program tonight. I'm really honored, and I thank the donors of the scholarship for the task they put into putting the scholarship together. And I'm so honored to be receiving this scholarship because it goes a long way to help me as a student and my fellow students who are also receiving this other scholarship to help us pay our tuition and also reduce the stress of the financial responsibilities that comes along being a college student. And it also encourages us to keep on working hard because we are being acknowledged for our hard work as students. And I'm so grateful to my donors of the scholarship once again, and I'm very, very honored to be at this occasion tonight. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Abigail. Dr. Monica Holiday Goodman, a donor of this scholarship, will now provide some remarks. Dr. Holiday Goodman?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm just going to give you a little bit of the background behind this scholarship. I established this Health Disparity Scholarship over 10 years ago in honor of Buford T. Lively, one of my most supportive mentors and dearest friends. I first met Dr. Lively when I was a freshman in pharmacy school at Northeast Louisiana University in Monroe, Louisiana. Buford actually served as my faculty advisor throughout my undergraduate years there. As an incoming freshman, I was a bit nervous about my choice of pharmacy as a major. However, even though my ACT score was barely average, and I did not graduate from the most prestigious high school in the area, Dr. Lively believed in my ability to succeed and encouraged me to do my best, regardless of what the experts said about my likelihood of success. Thankfully, I did quite well in pharmacy school, graduating with honors. However, Dr. Lively didn't stop there. He encouraged me to consider graduate school. Believe it or not, he even talked to my mother about this. So together, the two of them coaxed me, convinced me to pursue my PhD in pharmaceutical sciences. And as they say, the rest is history. Who would have thought that several years later, Buford and I would end up teaching together here at the University of Toledo College of Pharmacy. We collaborated to establish the cultural competence and health disparities curriculum within the college that I am still excited to teach today. So according to the literature, a primary culprit of health disparities is the lack of demographic representation within the health professions. Pharmacy is no exception to that. Although African Americans and Hispanics comprise over 30% of the US population, they actually represent less than 15% of practicing pharmacists. Additionally, creating culturally competent clinicians, scientists, and healthcare professionals of all backgrounds is imperative in the battle to eliminate health disparities. So largely due to the support of Buford Lively, I am now able to pass the torch to future pharmacists and pharmacy professionals in the fight to eliminate health disparities. I am truly honored to be a small part of the success story of this year's recipient. My utmost congratulations to you, Abigail, and I wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Holiday Goodman. Now I would like to introduce Reagan Rutcheling, winner of the Stephen R. Smith Scholarship. Reagan?
Thank you for the introduction. My name is Reagan Richling. I am a graduating P4 pharmacy student here at the College of Pharmacy at UT. I first wanted to start off by saying how honored and humbled I am to be the recipient of this award. Patient care through our experiential program here at UT was one of the most favorite parts of my journey over the last 6 years. I think everyone says they want to go into pharmacy to help others, but through these experiences we have at UT, we're actually able to go out and do that and make a direct impact even as introductory students all the way up through the last few years of our program. As I prepare to enter practice as a PGY1 community pharmacist resident, this scholarship will help me tremendously as I prepare to take my board exams and go through the licensure process. I especially would like to give a shout out to the benefactor of this scholarship, Dr. Michelle Siegert. Her, as well as Dr. Khan and all of the staff on the experiential team, are a tremendous resource to the students here at UT. They truly make sure all of our experiences help guide us in the direction to the practice we want to pursue, as well as making sure we're experiencing all different types of rotations and helping everyone that we can throughout pharmacy school. So again, thank you so much. I am humbled and honored, and I wish everyone a great rest of their evening.
Thank you, Reagan. Dr. Michelle Seeger, donor of this scholarship, will now provide some remarks. Dr. Seeger.
Hello. Much like Dr. Pollack, I'm still struggling with the lighting, apparently, after all of this time that I've had. So congratulations, Reagan, on receiving the scholarship, but thank you so much for those thoughtful words. It's very kind of you. Certainly a deserving recipient of it. So I founded the Stephen R. Smith Excellence in Patient Care Scholarship early on in joining the faculty at the University of Toledo. And there were 3 primary reasons that I chose to go this route for a donation. The first was to contribute to reducing the financial burden of pharmacy education for our students. We all know that pharmacy school has become increasingly expensive over the years, and being able to contribute to reducing the strain of costs for our students is a primary philanthropic goal of mine. The second was to recognize a mentor of mine who has also been a key advocate for the pharmacy profession and for advancing patient care. If you haven't had the opportunity to work with Steve Smith, you're missing out. And unfortunately, you kind of did miss out because he just retired and moved to Florida a few weeks ago. So probably not going to get too much of a chance to interact with him, at least with patients. But I got to know Steve really well throughout my APPE rotation with him at WW Knight Family Practice, followed by a year of residency where he served as my primary preceptor and residency director. I've continued to be fortunate enough to work with Steve as a preceptor for us at UT, and on many of the innovative projects he's constantly coming up with. If you know Steve at all, his mind is always reeling and coming up with new ideas. I've rarely met another person who's so passionate about pushing the envelope, thinking outside of the box, and doing what it takes to do what's best for each individual patient served by him or from one of his learners. He was on the front line at OPA early on in the discussions of collaborative practice, not only advocating for moving collaborative practice forward, but keeping the focus of everyone on the outcome of the patient being first and foremost as those rules were being developed. Meanwhile, he was already practicing under a collaborative practice at his clinical practice, which was one of the first in the Toledo community to do so. Again, always with the optimum patient outcomes in mind, trying to make sure we could care for each individual patient and pharmacists being able to contribute to that. The third reason I chose this scholarship with the particular criteria that it has is to recognize students who not only go above and beyond while out on experiential, which anyone who knows me knows I'm overly passionate about, but to do so in a way that benefits patients directly, as Steve always advocates for. Recipients of this scholarship are students who have had preceptors or even patients themselves reach out to us to let us know the impact that they have had on the life and care of patients. As an educator, my primary goal for my students is to go out and do things better than I ever could on my own. Those whose service result in this type of feedback are certainly making that mark. Most areas of pharmacy allow us to impact the lives of patients in so many ways. In my areas of practice of ambulatory care and community practice, this care often comes through forming relationships and providing education to patients. More than 99% of medical care provided in the outpatient setting is not from medical professionals directly, but by patients themselves when they're at home making decisions for their health on the day-to-day. Being able to meet a patient where their beliefs, needs, and wants lie is primary and essential in order for us to have an impact on their health improvement. Steve worked by this philosophy and always instilled this concept into his learners. So much so that once word was spread about this scholarship's existence, many of his past residents, students, and colleagues who worked with Steve have contributed to it, and some even doing so on a regular basis. So while I founded this scholarship and continue to contribute, it's really living on from so many others who continue to donate to it as well. These donors, along with me, believe in the focus on the patient mentality and want to recognize those who practice by this mission. Thank you to all that have donated to the scholarship that is so dear to my heart, and congratulations again to Reagan on earning this scholarship through her dedication to patients and the profession. Congratulations to all of our scholarship and award recipients today. I am so proud that you're the future of pharmacy.
Thank you, Dr. Siegert. At this time, Eric Wizowski, a leader in the creation of the new Austin Fletcher Memorial Scholarship, will now provide some remarks.
Hello, everyone. I do have Ricky Bugai here with me as well. Brandon Hall, the third member of our trio that founded the Austin Fletcher Memorial Scholarship, is actually doing a third shift nuclear pharmacy rotation this month, so he is unable to join us. Derek Dreyfus, who is the award recipient for this year, is also unable to attend, but he did send us some remarks that I will now read for him. Derek said, "I want to thank everyone for the scholarship, including all the donors, my classmates, and most of all, Austin and his family. As a classmate of Austin's, this award means more than words can describe. Austin was a hard worker who was always fun to be around, and this award shows the immense impact that he has had on his friends, classmates, this school, and it will be a lasting legacy that will continue to have an impact for years to come. I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity to be selected as the recipient of this award, and it will be amazing. It will be an amazing help as I graduate and prepare to take board exams and become licensed. Again, I cannot express my gratitude enough for everyone who made this possible, and I'm amazed by the love and support of Austin's friends, family, and classmates." When we came up with this scholarship idea, the first thing we wanted to do was make sure that Austin's memory would not be forgotten. All of his classmates, faculty as well, would always tell you, and all of them have stories regarding Austin, his charisma, and his passion for everything that he did. Brandon and Ricky were actually on rotation with him when everything happened and witnessed the tragic accident. And Brandon's first thought was, we need to do something immediately. And what seemed like a coping mechanism at first turned into be an amazing scholarship that was able to be fully endowed within 5 months, which goes to show how great the University of Toledo pharmacy community really is, as Dean Pollack mentioned earlier today. When we were coming up with criteria for the scholarship, we wanted to mimic Austin as much as we could. He's someone who didn't come from a ton of money to begin with, and he always worked hard for everything that he earned. And we wanted to implement that into the scholarship by putting in a piece of the article. He was also an athlete. We wanted to put any student athlete and anyone with a lot of work experience, not necessarily just great grades. So that was definitely something that we wanted to implement, and I'm glad that that was something we were able to work out with the college as well. Finally, the last thing I would like to say regarding this scholarship is we had one donor who wishes to remain anonymous, but donated a large sum of money to make the scholarship fully endowed so quickly. And his final remark was, if you were to hang out 10 years with fellow donors, what is one story you would tell of Austin? And Brandon, Ricky, and I all looked at each other and we really wanted to come up with what story do we want to tell him, and we settled on anyone who studied on the 3rd floor of the Collier building would always be able to tell you Austin's routine leading up to an exam. Show up really late the night before the exam, probably about 9 or 10 o'clock, pace the hallways all night, reciting his notes to himself, working out anything that he could do for the notes, and then eventually begging anyone that was still studying at those early hours of the morning, ask me a question. Just someone asked me a question about the notes. And when someone would ask him a question, he'd probably get it wrong. He would slam his notes down on the table, tell himself, I knew that one, go back to the hallways and start pacing again. And just, it's a memory that just brings a smile to my face every single time. And it's definitely something that we'll always remember him by. In closing, I want to say thank you to anyone who donated either their money or their time to making the scholarship happen. We also had the Austin Fletcher golf outing, which was a big part of the scholarship, which we are continuing to do this upcoming year, which will be August 15th. More information can be found through the University of Toledo, the newsletter, through the College of Pharmacy, or by reaching out to me, Brandon, or Ricky. Thank you again for everyone for being here tonight, and go Rockets.
Thank you, Eric. It was really heartwarming and touching to listen to all our donors and students who won the awards. Now we'll move on to acknowledge your achievements in receiving the scholarship. As we could not conduct this ceremony in person, we will now share a slideshow of all our scholarship recipients. Thank you. We are so proud of each and every one of you. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Lori Morrow, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Director of Educational Assessment, and Professor in the Department of Pharmacy Practice, to present the awards section of this program. Dr. Morrow?
Thank you, Dr. Vaidya, and good evening to everyone. I also want to congratulate all of our scholarship honorees this evening and share how proud I am of all of you for all of your accomplishments in receiving a scholarship. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce this year's student awards. We have a variety of awards that encompass the achievements of our students across many areas. These include academic achievements for specific disciplines such as drug information, medicinal chemistry, communication, professional performance out in the arena of experientials, as well as really outstanding and noteworthy contributions of our students to their professional student organizations. So congratulations to all of our award winners for all of these achievements. To start out, I would like to introduce Hannah Hicksonbaugh, a PharmD valedictorian and winner of the Pharmacy Curriculum's Outcome Assessment Award, who will share some remarks with us. Hannah?
Hi, good evening. My name is Hannah Hicksonbaugh, and I'm a student in the PharmD class of 2021. And first, I would like to congratulate all of the scholarship and award recipients being recognized tonight. When I reflect on my time as a student at the University of Toledo College of Pharmacy, I often think of the famous words from Ernest Hemingway. It's good to have an end to journey toward, but it's the journey that matters in the end. So first, I would like to thank all of the donors who played a part in making this wonderful journey possible for all of us. Your generous gifts have helped so many students succeed in their journeys and are greatly appreciated. Also, thank you to the faculty and preceptors that have truly helped to mold us into compassionate and driven pharmacists. Without your dedication and patience, we would not be who we are today. Much of our success can be attributed to the excellent guidance that we have received throughout our journey here. I know that we are all eager to return this favor to the future student pharmacists to come. And lastly, thank you to my peers who have developed into lifelong friends throughout this journey. Your unconditional support on the best and worst days does not go unrecognized. The journey always seems impossible until it's done. So today is a milestone for all of us. So keep learning, keep accomplishing, and keep venturing on through your journey. And most importantly, remember that difficult journeys often lead to beautiful and worthwhile destinations. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Now I would like to introduce Hannah Saturnos, winner of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, PhD Dean's Excellence Award. Hannah?
Hi. My name is Hannah. I guess I now have a PhD in experimental therapeutics, so I want to congratulate all the other award and scholarship recipients. First, also thank you to any of the donors who donated to this award as well. I'm honored to be considered for it. The PhD has been quite a long journey, so it's nice to finally feel or to be a little recognized for the amount of time that I feel like I put into this. But to be quite honest, if it wasn't for my wonderful mentor and some of my committee members who are here as well, and other departmental faculty, their unconditional support and time that they showed to me and the opportunities that they afforded me, I really couldn't have succeeded as much as I did without them. So I guess it's really it, short, sweet, to the point. So thank you all. I guess that's it.
Thank you, Hannah, for those thoughtful remarks. Today, we want to acknowledge the achievements of all of our students who are receiving awards. We really wish we could do an in-person ceremony, but we can't. So we'll now share a slideshow of all of our award recipients. thank you. We are proud of each and every one of you. I now have the honor of presenting our faculty awards. And I first want to thank our graduates and students for participating in the selection of this year's outstanding professors. This year we have one faculty award recipient for each year of the program P1 through P4. Students were asked to consider several criteria prior to casting their vote for the outstanding professor of their class. Criteria included enthusiasm for the subject matter, deepening of student interest in the subject matter, ability to relay understanding of important concepts, and career mentoring. It is my distinct pleasure to share with you now the names of this year's outstanding professors. The recipient of the P1 Outstanding Professor Award is none other than Dr. Gary Pollock. Congratulations, Dean Pollock, and thank you for all of your outstanding work this year throughout the entire year with the P1 class. They clearly appreciate your efforts. The recipient of the P2 Outstanding Professor Award this year is Dr. Martin Olinger. Congratulations, Dr. Olinger, and thank you for your work with the P2s. The recipient of the P3 Outstanding Professor Award this year is Dr. Derek Giori. Congratulations, Dr. Giori, and thank you for your work with the P3s. And the recipient of the P4 Outstanding Professor Award this year is none other than Dr. Vincent Morrow. Congratulations, Dr. Morrow, and thank you for your work with the P4s, very likely throughout more than just their P4 year. Thank you to all, and congratulations to all of our outstanding professors. I'll pass it back to Dr. Vaidya.
Thank you, Dr. Morrow. And again, congratulations to all our student and faculty award winners. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Martin Olinger, clinical professor and chair of the Department of Pharmacy Practice, to give some remarks about our college. Dr. Olinger?
Great. Thanks, Dr. Vaidya. I appreciate the introduction. Also, thank you for the award. I have to say, I didn't see that one coming, but it's great to be mentioned, among three other outstanding faculty. That's quite an honor. And anytime you're recognized by the students, it's even more so of an honor. So thank you. So what a wonderful occasion here to recognize, the opportunity we have to recognize our students, to celebrate the many accomplishments and achievements of our students, and this year our faculty. So over 100 awards and scholarships, totaling nearly $100,000. I mean, it's just incredible. It's great that we're able to make that reality for our students. So I was originally asked to speak about some of our college's points of pride. And, when you hear the term points of pride for a college, I'm sure you think of things like awards and grants, fellowships, major gifts, endowments, and so on. And our College of Pharmacy has plenty of those points of pride. Just to mention a few, we have individuals across all the disciplines in our college who have been recognized for their research. We have professional staff who have been recognized for outstanding advising, for example. We have faculty who have recently been named as distinguished university lecturers for their teaching and contributions to the university and beyond. When you look at our programming, we have innovative offerings such as our dual degree PharmD MBA and PharmD PhD programs. Some of you, the students on the call this evening, may even be in one of those programs. We have a comprehensive honors program, a very robust interprofessional education program. We offer undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate research opportunities that are fabulous. We have pharmacy residency training programs. Gosh, how about the huge role our pharmacy students and residents have played over the last 4 months, administering literally tens of thousands of COVID vaccines to patients in the Northwest Ohio area and beyond. I mean, it's just been an incredible task that they've taken on, and have done so willingly and enthusiastically, just all volunteer time. And I'll add one more, because it's a very recent one. Joel Levitan, Toledo College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences alum, who was just elected just this year as the president of the Ohio Pharmacists Association, OPA. So that's great to have a Toledo alum in that seat, representing pharmacists across the state of Ohio. So that's a big deal for the college. That's a nice point of pride to mention. And the list could go on and on. So yeah, these are points of pride. They're important. They should be recognized and celebrated, and we do recognize those and celebrate those. But this evening, we are here to celebrate you. You are our college's points of pride this evening. You are the ones who have distinguished yourself among your peers in so many areas, such as academic excellence, service to the community, leadership, just being an all-around great person, great student, and have done so many things for the college, and we can't say thanks enough. So this evening, we applaud your many achievements, and we say to you, well done, very well done. But it doesn't end here, right? You know that. We also encourage you to continue striving for excellence in everything you do, and we look forward to the day when we see your name again, maybe as an alum, maybe as a faculty member here in our college, maybe as a preceptor, in whatever capacity it might be, as one of our college's points of pride. So we wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Thank you all for being here with us today. I would now like to pass it back to Dean Pollock for closing remarks. Dean Pollock?
Well, thank you so much for those P1 students who are on the call. I'll have to talk to you guys later about your choices. But similar to what Dr. Olinger said, I'm humbled by the recognition and very grateful for it. More than that, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to work with our students, and even more than that, to observe the successes that all of our students and our faculty have. This is a wonderful organization. It's extraordinarily strong, and it is a joy every day to see what the members of this college can do. So with that, thank you all so much for everything you do. Thank you so much for being here this evening, and go Rockets.